Hi folks, welcome back to the Amazing Education channel. It's about the ideas, it's not about the video, because actually you might just want to listen. You're not going to see amazing video with my phone, and but it's information that's really going to help you to have a more healthy, safer, more profitable, hopefully, although I'm not a financial advisor, so it's not financial advice, but anyway, more financially secure future. I'm a master educator with IQ over 120, so if you're a little bit below that and need some ideas, or maybe you're younger, listen to all my videos and you will be successful, healthy, and much happier. So thank you very much for liking, thumbing up, subscribe, comment, share the videos, and you can see the other videos by clicking on the Amazing Education words. So today, let's talk about the economy, the stock market, what's happening. People are predicting a recession, and we have a situation right now where China is still struggling with the COVID lockdowns. And so if you are an investor or involved with business, well, even if you have a job, there's a chance that we're going to have some kind of business failures, possible banking trouble, because the parts that we need from China might not be coming on time. And I say parts that we need, it depends on your business, of course, but for example, automotive parts. And from what I understand, even the wonderful company like Tesla, oh, look at that, a Model X right there. There's one. This wonderful company might be shut down. They're in Shanghai in the United States, and a new factory in Europe, and definitely the China factory, and maybe the United States factory could be having trouble right now because it's March 2022 and we've got a pandemic still going on in China. Can you believe it? And the reason, according to the Google News, people are saying that older Chinese citizens maybe did not get vaccinated, or perhaps didn't get a booster shot, and there was some reluctance among, say, the elderly to get vaccinations, and instead they had lockdowns, sort of a stay-at-home situation. But of course they still interact with society, still go shopping and so on and so forth, except for now, well, they really don't want COVID, and so certain entire cities with tens of millions of people have been shut down again in China. And so the factories, well, factories are not open. That might include the Tesla factory in Shanghai and many other factories, or the parts suppliers. And if the American factory of Tesla, or actually many factories in America or businesses in America relying on Chinese goods, they might not get those things that they're relying on. And one thing that we need are some things we need are the containers for international shipping. But because of the lockdowns in different areas of China, those containers may not be available, and apparently the price has gone from somewhere around $4,000 for a shipping container to maybe $16,000, so perhaps a 400% multiple. And would that be a 300% increase? Well, anyway, a heck of a lot more just for the shipping container. And so that's going to raise prices. And we have a situation in the United States where we have, well, people have borrowed more money, more credit card debt, businesses have borrowed more money. Investors have taken out loans, which is called margin. That's what they call it. It's basically borrowing money to make investments. And now, with some kind of international conflict in Europe and supply interruptions or difficulty, which I would say both, increasing prices and basically stopping production of certain things, it's going to raise the price of other goods that are still available. So you have some goods not available, so you have more people competing for whatever is left over possible to buy. And just recycling there. So with so much debt and then a sudden shock like business coming to a halt in certain areas, those businesses, certain businesses, could have financial trouble, and even some businesses could go out of business. That's right. So we could have bankruptcies, and then banks involved as lenders to those bankrupt companies could have issues. If we have any vulnerability, which it's not very likely that there are large financial institutions like banks that are vulnerable right now because of the 2008 crisis. They should have been more cautious, and so we might not have a huge issue, but nevertheless, prices rising, and so there can be some difficulty, and it might come from the Federal Reserve or the government when people are unable to pay their taxes. So if people get laid off, they stop earning money, and the government keeps printing money and keeps spending money, tax collection could go down, the economy could slow down, and we get into a situation where the government says, okay, that's it, we need to go into austerity. And it could happen, it might be countries outside of the United States. I'm making this in the United States, so that's why I talk about the most. But so it might start in Asia, it could start in Europe. Definitely Russia's having trouble. So there are a number of sort of painful areas, risky areas right now. And if there's an overall slowdown of economies around the world, and including the United States economy slows way down, and then taxes can't be collected, and the government debt just balloons, they might say, okay, we're cutting way back on spending, and that would be a good thing. They finally need to do it, absolutely, but there could be an investment crash, like certain investments that you might have, and the stock market overall, stock markets or indexes like S&P 500 or Dow Jones Industrial Average, those could go into a more of a bear market, or a major crash. So it's something to look out for. On the other hand, there's a bright spot, which is that's a good time to buy if you're making investments into the indexes, which is the best thing to do. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, just to remind you. Education only, but wonderful time to buy. That's when wealthy people buy, when there's a sale. And when is there a sale? When there's a stock market crash. So we should change it from stock market crash to stock market sale. And buy the indexes unless you're a real financial genius, and get a financial advisor, folks. Okay, take care. Thanks.